In the AFC South, there's a clear favorite, and then there's everybody else. What's going on, guys? Dick's Report here, back with another video, and today we're talking about the AFC South, a division where we could see 3 rookie quarterbacks start for these teams. Let's start with the Houston Texans. Okay, I'll admit, I jumped the gun a little bit with the Texans when I said they might be done signing players to 1 to 2 year deals, because they did that again this offseason. They signed so many players. There was Robert Woods, Devin Singletary, Case Keenum, Sheldon Rankins, and so many others. I can't name them all off the top of my head. Just look at the list. It was a lot. And they made some bold moves at the draft, getting C.J. Stroud with their 2nd overall pick, and then trading one of their first-round picks in next year's draft to the Cardinals to get Will Anderson. If this works out for them, not only do they have leaders at their respective units for the next decade, they also may accelerate their rebuild. So if this works out, it could be a big win for the Texans. Now, they did trade away Brandon Cooks, but we saw that coming. Now, this season's going to be about 2 things for Houston. 1, showing improvement on the field. Their expectations are very, very low. As long as they show some improvement on the field, fans are going to be happy. The second thing, figure out who's going to be there for the future. Again, they signed a lot of guys to 1 to 2 year deals. Most of them are not going to be around once this rebuild really takes shape. We'll find out who's going to be around for the future and who's just a piece while they figure it out. Now, the Texans weren't the only team in the AFC South to take a quarterback with a top 5 pick. The other one was the Indianapolis Colts. They took Anthony Richardson 4th overall. This is a big gamble for the Colts because Richardson only started 1 year in college, and he didn't necessarily set the college world on fire in that 1 year. But Shane Steichen had success with Jalen Hurts, so they're hoping that all Richardson needs is some coaching, and he'll be a very good player in the NFL. I'm kind of torn between this because, yeah, Richardson's a great talent and all, but again, he only started 1 year in college, and he was very inconsistent. So we'll see how that works out. Just don't rush him, Indianapolis, and hopefully everything will work out. And the Colts are another team that is rebuilding right now. Stephon Gilmore's no longer there, and the biggest move they made during the offseason was making Matt Gay the highest paid kicker in the NFL. Okay, interesting. Anyway, so the Colts are in the same boat as the Texans. Just keep showing improvement on the field, and hopefully your rookie quarterback will show what he can do on the field, and fans should be happy. Now, when I said there was a clear favorite in the AFC South, I was talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I don't think anybody saw this coming a year ago when they were coming off back-to-back number 1 overall picks, when Trevor Lawrence was just getting beaten up at the quarterback position, and yet after a slow start, they were one of the best teams in the second half of the season. They just did it their way. They got to the playoffs and had one of the greatest playoff comebacks of all time. This year, can they take the next step and make an even deeper playoff run? They got the divisional round last year and gave Kansas City a run for their money. Can they get to the AFC Championship or maybe even get to their first Super Bowl? It's entirely possible this team keeps getting better. Remember, this is a young team that is very talented. One interesting storyline that I want to talk about is Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker. If those two live up to their potential, they could be a deadly duo at the edge position. And Josh Allen's in a contract season. So if he has a big season, he's going to get a big payday from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, their biggest concern has to be on the offensive line, particularly their tackle positions. Jawan Taylor left in free agency, and Cam Robinson is facing a suspension to start the season. We don't know how long it's going to be. They drafted Anton Harrison in the 1st round, but is he really going to be ready to be a left tackle if Robinson's going to be out for a long time? That could be something that holds them back. Otherwise, Jacksonville should be a fun team to watch, and again, they should be the favorite in this division. Big changes happening in Tennessee. We're already starting to see their veterans leave town. One of which, Taylor Lewan, he is no longer there after being their left tackle, a very good left tackle in this league. Derrick Henry's another one. There were trade rumors with him. He's still on a team for now, but we'll see if that changes soon. They did draft Peter Skoronski, the best offensive line prospect. A lot of people had him as the best offensive line prospect in the draft, and they signed Andre Dillard to a 3-year, $29 million contract. He's had trouble staying healthy throughout his whole career, but maybe a change of scenery is all he needs. But really, you have to wonder, this is a team that was fighting to get into the Super Bowl not too long ago, a team that was coming off a #1 seed not too long ago, was in the championship game not too long ago, and now you just have to wonder, how far is this team going to fall? It's kind of scary if you're a Tennessee fan right now. You're starting to see a change of the guard, and you're not sure how long it's going to be until your team is going to be able to compete again. And we'll see what happens at the quarterback position. Ryan Tannehill starting to show his age. Malik Willis was rushed into action, so they drafted Will Levis in the 2nd round. We'll see who's a starting quarterback at the end of the season. Alright guys, those were my thoughts on the teams from the AFC South. Next up is the NFC South, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.